Why are you here and what do you do?
So, above all, what I want to say primarily is what I do is I'm a professional human being here on this earth.
All right.
And I want to say that I do it and I do it with pride. I think a mentor is more directed into guidance and wants to guide you in the right way, right? Like a coach will tell you what to do, how to do it, go practice it, come back in a month later. As a mentor, I want to be there with you every step of the way. I remember talking to people about cryptocurrency at 3,000 a coin per Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And after I kept preaching, I said, you guys should get into this now. I have a feeling that it's gonna do great, it's gonna do well. I'm reading the white paper, I'm doing my research. You have to understand the declining value of the US dollar. What represents my hard work, my stored time and energy represented into this paper note.
Yes.
That pays my bills. Not only pays my bills, but feeds me. But if I say I'm going to the casino with $1,000, I'm gonna stop playing at 200. And if I stop at that 200 that I lost, congratulations, you're disciplined.
Yeah.
Curiosity is the main attribute of individuals, of people in this world. They will seek into curiosity. They will feed into it because they are curious.
All right. Welcome to another episode of the Mr. Rucci podcast. Today we have Mr. Killer Cow from originally, was it Oakland, California?
Oakland, California, more specifically the city of Alameda, which is just south of Oakland. But because we're such a small island city,
Yes.
it's more preferable to just say Oakland.
Okay. He dropped everything, left his entire life, sold everything that he had just on a whim and moved here to Thailand, Bangkok. He's currently doing crypto, which probably funded his whole process. And he is currently exploring other digital marketing ideas for his fortunes. Give him a round of applause.
Sadikap.
All right. So to begin from the beginning, I already kind of, gave a little sample of what you do, but let's get in deeper. What do you do? What exactly is it that you do? Why are you here and what do you do?
So, above all, what I want to say primarily is what I do is I'm a professional human being here on this earth.
All right.
And I want to say that I do it and I do it with pride. That's number one. Now, number two, what I actually do for finance and what I do to stable myself here as a living in Thailand is an investor in cryptocurrency. I've been investing since 2017. Thankfully, it has been good enough to me to where I can disengage from my 20-year mechanical career. Everything from an automotive technician to working on vessels, military boats, building engineering, as well as water conservation engineering in California. And as far as investing, that's that's where I'm at. Like primarily that's where I'm at. I also do a little bit of day trading, but that's what I do to feed these investments. And I know we can get into that in a bit, but if you want to say that's about where I'm at in my life right now. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive because we had a pre-meeting before all this, a little discussion, etiquette. But anyways, he mentioned he came from a blue-collar position, but you explaining that, it sounds like you moved up the ranks pretty high. And your bosses probably liked you a lot to enable the rise in you. Is that how it went? You started from the bottom and went up, or?
Absolutely, 100%. I started off as an automotive technician.
Yes.
And I started in high school, right? I took classes my junior and my senior year. That was my first taste. I already knew since I was 12 years old that I wanted to be an automotive technician. I didn't get my first break until I was about 18, 19 years old, and I worked for free. I worked sweeping up the shops.
Yeah.
I worked wiping down grease off of tools for not a single penny. And at the time, I was working as an associate, a sales associate at TJ Maxx. And I would work at TJ Maxx for 8 hours, and I'd go straight to the automotive shop.
I think I've seen you at TJ Maxx once.
There's a story that comes back around to this TJ Maxx experience, which has to do with my financial journey today. So as I started as an automotive technician, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, like I said, from such a young age.
Yeah.
And what I did was I wanted to get my foot in the door, but for such a career, you need to be educationally, you need to be out there educationally. You have to know what you were doing, right? You can't just learn off the bat, right? You need to know everything about chemicals. You need to know about safety. You need to know the functionality of a vehicle, right? I mean, there's so many moving parts
Yes.
to a vehicle. So when I first started, like I said, I started for free, sweeping up the shop. Moved my way up to a permanent position as an entry-level automotive technician. Soon after that, I was able to move myself up into the marine industry, where I was working on boats, vessels, yachts,
Wow. Okay.
military vessels, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking Coast Guard cutters, army vessels for the government. I worked abroad, huge private yachts.
Do you have clearance to talk about this right now? Is that
Absolutely.
we're gonna get in trouble? Or?
No, I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean, no.
All right, I don't want to go back to the States
Yeah,
and then
no,
ICE
I-
gets me right
I
now.
won't mention specific names, but I will mention that I have worked on board with private yachts of individuals that are well known in the financial world today.
Okay.
We know it very well. I know one that I can mention would be Paul Allen of Google. He had a private yacht that we worked on, that we maintained. I was the machinist on that yacht for specialty projects. And I mean, you're talking mega yachts, a yacht so big
Yes.
that in the Alameda estuary of the Bay Area, the fucking thing couldn't fit in there. So it had to be transported to the port in Richmond, where there was just an entry gateway to the Pacific Ocean. Like, that's how huge this thing is, right?
Wow. Okay.
And you know, I'll continue forward with my career, but I want to tell you, this was one of the breaking points in my life that I realized that, you know, and I was a young kid. I was making about $22 an hour, working on a mega yacht. And this was the second largest mega yacht at the time. And I remember making $22 an hour, looking at this yacht. And the fact that a single individual owns this vessel that's the size of a little city, damn near the size of Mykonos, Greece. And I said to myself, how is it that one individual can acquire such wealth that I'm over here slaving away in dirt in Greece for $22 an hour? God bless it, $22 was amazing. But something inside of me said, there's something more that I can be doing that I'm not. My eyes are open. This mega yacht had a submarine inside of it. The damn thing had a submarine.
How old were you?
At the time, I was about 22 years old.
Okay.
Right, and you know where this submarine, who was manufacturing the submarine? It was Ocean Gate.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't the one that went fucking AWOL, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
well,
That
yeah.
wasn't the one. But seeing everything and how it plays out now to what I see in the world itself, right? Even with the whole thing that happened with that situation,
Yeah.
and seeing how full circle the world comes, knowing that I was in the presence of such a vessel that was owned by one individual to have so much financial gain. How do I get there? How do I do that? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? At such a young age, like I said, fresh age of 22, 23 years old, this is where my mindset was at. So after I had a successful career in the marine industry, working on boats, I was doing that for about 2 years.
Okay.
I got laid off after all the blood, sweat, and tears, 40, 50 hours a week, endless overtime. It didn't matter if it was rain, snow, or shine. I was out there swinging hammers. And then I got laid off, right? Wonderful, perfect. Horrible time of my life, because now I'm all out of finance. What am I going to do? All the hard work that I had put in was just vanished, unappreciated. Another instance in my life that made me realize, okay, there's two sides of the coin here. I need to figure out what side I'm on, and I need to figure out how do I get to the other side. Because apparently the side I'm on is the side that's always face down in the dirt. So after I figured that out, I started my investment journey shortly after that,
Okay.
right? I started to work for the government.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I worked for the government. I worked as a building engineer for the government.
Okay.
And that was about 2015. In 2015, working for the government, I worked around all sorts of political figures, important people in the Bay Area, and all these folks in Oakland. You see the corruption firsthand. I mean, you absolutely do. I'm not saying who, or what agency, none of that shit. But I saw it firsthand, and I said, damn. The corruption, it lets you know that the money in this world and how corrupt the world can be. It's more important for somebody to screw over the lesser people like me, who was in the ditch working hard, It's easier for them to screw people over like me for their own financial gain. I said, well, shit, how do I not screw people over but make financial gain the way that these corrupt individuals do in such high places? You can put on a nice suit, fitted pants. You can look professional. The money that you're making, is it morally correct? No. But can you look morally correct? Absolutely. I didn't want to be that individual. So I said, there's got to be something here. Now my mind is working. This is exactly how I started to get into investing. This is why I got into cryptocurrency, because I started to realize throughout all these experiences in my life, one of the main things about finance, or even just the world in general, you hear it plenty of times. I'm sure you've probably heard it yourself. You fix the money, you will fix the world. I was introduced to Bitcoin, and as gimmicky as it may sound, I was introduced to Bitcoin in 2015. And I didn't understand nothing. All I knew is that it was magic internet money. It was a dumb idea at the time. Let me explain to you how I discovered Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
I have a younger brother, a smart kid. He's extremely well. He's a computer engineer now for one of the most highly evaluated companies on earth. I won't say too much, but one of the highest evaluated companies on earth. He asked me one day when he was young, he was about 10, 11 years old. He said, Cal, let me borrow $100. I looked at him, I said, wow, $100? What do you need $100 for? Dude, you're like 10 years old.
Yeah.
What do you need $100 for, man? He said, well, I got this game online, and it's where I have a virtual pet. And I can buy stuff for this virtual pet. I could buy a cool hat with this little spinny pinwheel on it. I could buy new cool sunglasses, but they don't take real money. They take digital currency. And the digital currency they accept, it's called Bitcoin. And I need to go buy it. I need to convert your $100 into the digital currency, blah, blah, blah. Didn't think about it, whatever. It wasn't until 2017, I'm already 2 years into my building trades career, where you start to see it all over the news because the price starts to go up now,
Bitcoin,
right?
yeah.
During the time when my younger brother had explained this to me and what it is, you're talking like less than $1. It was a couple cents is what it was, and
Yeah.
now the news about it is starting to explode. It's all over the papers. It's all over the news, social media. People are kind of starting to take notice of it, but it's still in its Ponzi scheme era. Where
You think so?
Well, I'm not saying it's a Ponzi scheme, but that's what the general consensus for the public is.
Okay.
Everybody thinks, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
It's stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I took note of it. I was fortunate enough. I said, okay, well, if I throw a couple bucks into this thing, like, what am I really gonna lose? Ponzi scheme or not? It's going apeshit crazy. Am I missing out on something, right? And this also, this will continuously tie in everything.
Yeah.
That feeling I had of missing out, right? We know it is FOMO, fear of missing out.
Okay.
Which is one of the greater downfalls of investors today, especially new investors, right?
Yes.
I like to consider myself as not so much as a seasoned. I'm not a beginning investor, but I've learned a lot.
Okay.
And I'm continuously learning a lot. And the people that I reach out to, or people that reach out to me, I don't want to talk to the big hedge funds or dudes that are making the 100 million on Instagram with the Lamborghinis and, you got money thrown everywhere. Like, I like to talk to individuals that want to get started and that are starting out. Those are the people that I want to help. Those are the people that I'm after.
So basically what you're saying is you also have like a coaching business regarding crypto where you get people in.
Correct.
You teach them, the ropes. You guys do maybe trades together,
Correct.
Stuff like that.
Absolutely, yes, correct.
Okay.
I'd like to think more of a mentor, so much more than a coach, right? I think a mentor is more directed into guidance and wants to guide you in the right way, right? Like a coach will tell you what to do, how to do it, go practice it, come back in a month later. As a mentor, I want to be there with you every step of the way. And what I do is I have people that know me personally, and this is primarily how this venture of mine even began to spread out. It's because people that knew me personally saw what I was doing. And every single year I preached it and I talked about it. I remember talking to people about cryptocurrency at 3,000 a coin per Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And after I kept preaching, I said, you guys should get into this now. I have a feeling that it's gonna do great, it's gonna do well. I'm reading the white paper, I'm doing my research. You have to understand declining value of the US dollar. And I'm not a genius at anything, but I just see an opportunity and I feel that it's vast enough that everybody can benefit off of this.
Yes.
So everybody saw every single year that I would post on social media, I would put the word out there, hey, it's at this price. Look, it went up this much. It fell this much. It's going back this high again. Hey, get it here. This is how I
Posting your
realized.
predictions.
Primarily predictions, yes. Primarily predictions, word of mouth. Thankfully, since the beginning of my journey, I've been able to have a strong group of individuals around me where we all keep an eye on the market to see what's going on.
Okay.
So if I'm sleeping and I'm missing something, like my bro over here is going to catch that. And
Yeah.
fortunately, my group of individuals in my circle is not only my biological brothers,
Okay.
biological cousins, but
Uh-huh.
close friends of ours that we grew up with
Oh.
that are just as much brothers to me as anybody that's blood related.
Okay.
So we have an amazing network that's always going to see what's happening, and we'll let each other know at that point in time. So we're doing the best. We're not missing anything.
So to summarize, what you do is you are part of a group of investors that invest in cryptocurrency.
Correct.
What sparked that was working on that huge boat. Was it a boat? What was it?
It was a boat.
There was a
Correct.
boat that
private yacht.
inspired
It was
you
a private yacht.
and made you realize like there's more out there. I mean, there's so much wealth out there.
Correct.
This is not what I see myself doing. You got laid off, and that was your opportunity to say, "Fuck it, we're going all in on this. I'm gonna learn it." You build your squad. You got your squad. Everybody's trusted brothers, just like you mentioned. And now you're trying to help other people also make that type of wealth as you're making.
Correct. And my primary objective is to help individuals. I realized over time, the reason why people weren't listening to me so much is because it's not that they weren't listening, they didn't know how. So I realized, okay, after hanging with so many people that's been into the game for so many years and understanding and elevating each other higher and higher and higher, I said there's an entire market of individuals that don't know how to get to square one.
Yeah.
So it's something as simple as opening a crypto account.
Yeah.
What is a crypto account? What's a crypto wallet? How does a crypto wallet work? Why is there a big noise about Bitcoin? A lot of people think, they say to themselves, okay, I hear Bitcoin and it's going to replace the dollar. They think of it as a form of payment, but it's so much deeper than that. And it's just that people don't understand. So my goal, my objective was to get people to that starting point. So it's like, I don't even want to socialize or talk to those that have, however many years above me. Because it's like, at one point in time, I was that guy at the bottom. I was the guy that didn't know what the hell a crypto wallet was. I didn't know how to link my bank account to even an exchange just to buy $10. So you hear these people all over social media or even in the world in general. I think it's the market of people that get left behind because nobody shows them how to get to step one. So that's primarily where I'm at, and that's the target audience that I am aiming for. Because if you can just get started, what you can learn along the way, you can learn. It's unlimited, but you're not going to learn anything if you just don't start. And I can't even express how much I push to just starting. Don't be afraid. Just start. Right?
Just throw them in the pool.
Just go in there, right? I mean, you gotta go head first, man.
Yes. But you have the lifeguard, which is you, standing above us.
Right. I'll stand there and I'll throw you the lifesaver, the little brown thing and shit. I'll dive in if I have to. I'll put on my, I'll put on my Speedo, the bright red one, just for you to go save your ass out there.
That's good, man.
But that's
basically what you do.
That's basically what I do.
How do you unlock this? Because it has the rest of the questions. So we've covered what you do, what inspired to start. You kind of answered already that question. Seeing the mega billionaires out there, working with them. You already gave me a bunch of little stories about the concept of starting, the motivation with your brothers and everything. You told me what the beginning looked like. I mean, this guy already answered all the questions I was gonna ask. He's ahead of me, right? Did you almost go out of? Oh, okay, yeah. So this is so in the business world, everybody thinks or sees the glamorous part of it, right? The success part, but they don't see
Absolutely.
the gutter part of things. So I always like to ask, um, did you almost go out of business? List the, describe a couple hardships that you had to go through while starting this venture that you got into, crypto, right? You got into it, you didn't know anything about it. What was it like? Tell me your hardships about it.
The hardships I've had, yes, absolutely. Would it be considered going out of business? I think, of course. I think anything that risks your finance is considered going out of business, right? Whether you have an actual LLC or a business entity or not. But I can absolutely express to you the biggest hardships that I've experienced was seeing the hard work, right, that I've done in order to generate financial income and to invest it and to see it go to nearly zero and thinking that I just gambled away what represents my hard work, my stored time and energy represented into this paper note
Yes.
that pays my bills, not only pays my bills, but feeds me.
So you almost lost all your money.
Almost lost all your money. And that's one of the things that I like to emphasize to people who are like, I touch base that I want to touch bases on is that
Yeah.
investing is very, very important. Investing can help you elevate to where you're at in life in order for you to want to do things in life that you want to do with all the freedom in the world. But you also need to remember there is a level of gambling into this,
Yeah, of course.
right? It's a level, it's gambling. I tell people all the time, this is calculated gambling.
Yes.
But with the proper calculations, you can make more than what you're willing to lose. Now,
Uh-huh.
my biggest hardships in the beginning was not making those calculations. My biggest hardships, fear of missing out. Oh man, this thing is skyrocketing. I want to get in on the uptrend. So by the time I put my money in, the whole thing gets liquidated.
What is that called? The bull or
When you're on the bull run, when you're on the uptrend, meaning that the market's going up,
Bull.
prices are rising, the buyers are in control,
yeah.
right? Until everybody sells. Once
Yeah.
the sellers are in control, everybody, the market's getting liquidated. Remember, I mean, it's the basic supply and demand.
Yeah.
The more supply there is, I mean, it's not a lot of money. The money's based on supply and demand. So the scarcity is what drives the price up, just like anything else in this world.
Yeah. So you almost lost everything. What did you do at that point in your investment career? How did you bounce back? Like, tell me about that.
Well, I will say specifically, I want to say specifically into Bitcoin, and then I'll go into other investments and how I was able to rebound it. I got to look in the camera with this. If you're down on Bitcoin, hodl, my friend. HODL, hodl. The importance of Bitcoin, right? And I don't want to sound like one of these crypto bros and all this shit, but you have to understand money and you have to understand what it is and the importance of it and how imaginary it is. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Your paper dollar, if you understand the fall of the Roman Empire and inflation, you'll understand that piece of paper, that $1 is not even worth $1 anymore. You know what I mean? It's probably more like 20 cents.
Yes.
So what is when you're into cryptocurrency and you're into Bitcoin, when you're buying Bitcoin, regardless if the price is high or the price is low, you need to understand that you're not buying Bitcoin, but you're selling your fiat. You're selling that dollar, that 20-cent $1 bill for something that's going to be equal more than what that is over time.
Yes.
It will bring back the value of that dollar you had, but in the form of a digital currency. So,
But what did you do? You said you almost lost everything, right?
almost lost
How did you bounce back?
bounce out. Okay, so with the Bitcoin, you hodl. So no matter how high,
What is hodl?
hodl means hold on for dear life.
Okay.
So if you're on a
Okay.
roller coaster and the damn thing derails, you're gonna hold on to that thing
Okay.
until we get back on track. That's specifically just Bitcoin. Now, when it came to other investments, let's say something more within the stock market, right?
Yeah.
Something more into something more into an actual company. So let's
So you just start eating McDonald's. What's going on? You start going to 7-Eleven. You hit a lick at a liquor store. What did you do?
people. Fortunately for me, I was able to garner a skill that I can create financial gain off of with my bare hands. Right? Remember, my bare hands.
Okay, so you went back.
I will go back. And
To working,
the important
right?
thing is you have to put your morals aside.
Yeah.
You have to put aside your pride. I don't give a shit if I had to go back to scrubbing a toilet. I mean, I never did, but if I had to scrub a
Okay.
toilet, let's say I lost everything today.
Yeah.
If I lost every single dollar today, I know exactly how I'd get it back by tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I would do it with exactly what I did from the very beginning. I use my bare hands.
Yes.
I use my bare hands. Sweat equity.
Sweat.
Sweat equity, baby. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a starting point. Like, I can go buy a screwdriver. If I lost everything today, I can go buy a screwdriver, and I can go bring home $1,000 by next Saturday
Yeah.
with that one screwdriver.
Wow.
I can guarantee you that.
Damn.
Because let me get into also one of the ways that I funded my crypto and my investment journey was also, like I said, you had to have capital somewhere. My capital came from my blue collar career. Not just my blue collar career that I was employed with by the government, but I had job after job, meaning I was working a 9 to 5 for 8 hours a day. When my 8-hour shift is over, I'm going to my side job. And my side job was I owned a home repair company for 2 years. So I would spend 4 hours after my 8-hour shift. I'd go spend 4 hours fixing somebody's sink, replacing somebody's toilet. You know, somebody's light bulbs are flickering. I'm gonna go change that light bulb. That additional money that I made, along with whatever money I had left over after my bills, was going straight into investment.
I think the moral here is you have discipline, right? So you have discipline to save your money and not spend, and then the courage and integrity to go to work and wake up, which
Absolutely.
also crosses over to discipline.
Absolutely.
Wake up to that alarm, be able to do your job. So going back, how you saved your crypto business, discipline, being able to
100%.
execute back to the original plan, and just basically be a man, right?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's one of the things that I preach and I talk about constantly, every single day. And it's regardless if I'm in a position in life to where I no longer need to do physical work, if I'm financially set and well off to where I'm at, and I can sit on my ass for 3, 4 years, I'm still gonna be disciplined. I'm still gonna get up early. I'm still gonna set my alarm. I have nowhere to be specifically, but I set my alarm every single day. I still go to the gym, and primarily, you'll hear this, it's gimmicky. You hear it a lot, right? Go to the gym. The gym's not gonna make you rich, dude. It's not. I'm sorry. It's a, dude, okay, a dude can have the muscles, but it does play a role in business, and it can be beneficial. It can be used as a tool, right? Because like what they say, psychologically, when two individuals meet, and if one individual is in better shape than the other, chances are the individual that's in better shape, you're more likely to listen to, blah, blah, blah. I don't make the rules. It's all psychological.
Yeah.
But it's also, I feel like if you do physical activity, you're strengthening your mind, you're strengthening your discipline. And discipline, like I'm glad you had mentioned it, because in this game, when you're day trading especially, right? If I'm buying into a stock or if I'm buying into a crypto and I'm seeing that it's plummeting, you need to be disciplined enough to be able to say, okay, I need to get out this trade. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for it to go back up, because before you know it, your whole account's liquidated and gone because you hadn't had enough discipline to get out when you had lost 25%. Now you're sitting here waiting, okay, I lost 25, I could win it back. And that goes back in the circle of gambling,
Yes.
calculated gambling, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
People that don't have discipline in the casino, end up losing all their money, right? But if I say I'm going to the casino with $1,000, I'm gonna stop playing at 200. And if I stop at that 200 that I lost, congratulations, you're disciplined.
Yes.
And it's very important, absolutely.
Yes. So hearing you talk, I believe that your background working as a blue collar worker, whatever positions, several positions that you had, actually crossed over into your training because
Absolutely.
it taught you discipline.
Absolutely.
It taught you to follow rules and be disciplined, confident. And I'm not an expert in training, but I would assume there's a set of rules that you should follow. And if you don't have that impulse control to be able to follow those rules, is when people lose all their money and just, lose their mind, and, training is not for them.
100%.
Is that correct?
Absolutely, 100%. It's almost like an unsaid rules,
Yes.
right? Like a G code almost that you need to follow. There's no booklet out there that's going to show you what you need to do step by step. But discipline, absolutely, and not even just finance, but absolutely in your job, in life, in general. Discipline to be able to do things that you don't want to do, but you do it anyway.
Yes.
Is what puts you that step ahead. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not feeling great today, I'm gonna take a day off. You know what I'm saying? The dude that's not taking a day off, he probably found what you're looking for, that you've been searching for 2 months.
Yeah.
But because this dude decided, I don't feel like sitting on my ass today.
Yeah.
He just found what you were looking for. So it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to be difficult, right?
Yeah.
But it's difficult to be disciplined, right? But disciplinary action amongst a human being, like that's something that's respectable, especially in the business world, because it's something that you can't pay for,
Yeah.
right? Like I can't pay. Am I gonna pay somebody for me to be disciplined? Like no, like you have to be disciplined.
It's a muscle that you have to condition, just like going to the gym. You build it right. So having that willpower, the discipline that we're talking about, I think it has to be, curated over time and built and
Absolutely.
made stronger and stronger and honed, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So every speaker that I have, I always try to extract like, what is your secret sauce, right? Like, what are you doing that made you work where you're at right now? Also, what did you learn from your faults? And like from what I'm gaining is your background really set you up to where you're at right now, because I mean, it sounds very, very simple. Get up to work, show up on time, be a good employee, excel at your job, like the very simple things that people just blow out the water or just disregard, because I do a lot of hiring and there's a lot of shitty employees, let me tell you. And then in the back of my head, I always think, this is why you're not going to be successful. Like for this exact reason, like you're not going to be successful in life. You're always going to be in the same hole that you're in, switching jobs and blah, 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 right? But this story is different because you're able to keep your job. You're able to show up to jobs. You're able to excel at your jobs. And even though that sounds simple, you probably didn't even know at that time, but those are the skills that taught you how to be a trader. This is how I'm interpreting things.
Correct.
Yes.
I would agree. I would say so. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Let's go on to the next question. I don't have the magic touch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I just hope I'm staying on subject because I'm like, I could fucking ramble, man. I could talk like crazy,
Okay, so what I like to give to my viewers is, we mentioned making money. Making money in your business is a sign that something's working right. You're doing something right.
Correct.
So how do you get customers? Because not only do you do the trading, but you also do the mentoring that you mentioned, right?
Correct.
So what are you doing to get your your customers? They're customers, basically, I would call them.
This is a really good question, right?
Okay.
And I want the traditional way of finding customers, or even in the world that we live in today, everything is digital, right? I'm gonna make a couple of reels, I'm gonna make a TikTok, whatever, blah blah blah. I revert back to how marketing was and finding customers to how it was before the days of the internet. We didn't always have computers. We didn't always have the internet, right? So I think back. I always refer to like Coca-Cola, for example. Coca-Cola is one of the biggest companies on earth right now, but at some point in time, years, decades, centuries ago, whenever the hell they came out, they didn't have computers. So how did they do it?
They had cocaine.
How did they cocaine? Ladies and gentlemen, we have cocaine.
They lace their stuff with cocaine.
You need to stay awake. You need to market. It's the cocaine, my friends.
Give their customers a little bit of dopamine, and they're always coming back.
So you would find, the Coca-Cola would go around on their carts, and they'd have their logo on the side with a bunch of bottles. Door-to-door sales marketing, right? Just door-to-door
They're drug dealers. All right, gotcha. hitting the streets. Okay.
So if you're slanging something out there, make sure you put your IG handle on the little baggies so they know where to find you, man.
Yes.
Or go to the rehab center. Go to a rehab center, and you can pass out your business card.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I find my clientele. I find them face to face.
Okay.
I actually go and people say, okay, well, how do I do that? It's not going to knock door to door and say, hey, how you doing? I like your house. Would you like some financial mentorship, or do you need help with, I don't know, your emotional stability or anything?
Oh no, we got like 5 security guards in here. They'd get you real quick. Camera, CTV everywhere. This is Bangkok.
Yeah, I seen the way that dude looked at me when I first came up too. I was like, hey man,
Oh, really?
looking for toilet, bro. I just need a toilet. He was,
Yeah.
Ah,
He wasn't like you, dude?
I should have worn my Muay Thai shorts, bro. Hey, look, man, I'm part of the crew too, bro. But yeah, no, he was a cool dude, man. He was cool, man. I had to go take a leak or whatever, but he was cool.
Yeah, they're cool. They mind their own business.
Yeah, so one of the I'm gonna give you away one of my secret sauces here, as you say, right? This is one of my secrets. I always keep these to myself, right?
Okay.
There's so many, like I pride myself on using free resources as much as possible. So one of the free resources that I feel like not enough individuals take advantage of is meetup websites. For example, meet.com.
I'm
Or
on
an
there.
an expat. Are you on meet.com?
Yeah, meetup.
Go to meet.com, right? So what is it about meet.com though? How can I advertise my product or my business, what I want to do at meet.com?
Oh, okay.
So how does this work? So say, for example, yeah, there's investment groups on meet.com where you can all gather together and you can discuss finance and all this shit, but chances are the people at that meetup are already professionals. Like they're looking to give product.
So
right?
on a
There's
side note,
transition.
I'm gonna contact corporate of meetup.com to get a sponsorship.
Meet.
No free advertising.
The amount of individuals that I met at meet.com that are making money now.
You hear this? It's spokesperson right here.
He needs to holler at me, Playboy. You need to holler at me, man. Oh, so I would, but you have to be strategic about this.
Uh-huh.
Go to a place like me.com. Go type in free.
Yeah.
Free events, right? I remember there was a point in time I can go down the rabbit hole. I had an LLC, like you had an LLC selling CBD products online. So I had taught myself how to make a website, how to drop ship the shit, how to find manufacturers. I had a CBD website. And one of the ways that I marketed is I would go to these free weed sessions. I don't even smoke. I don't smoke.
You don't?
I don't smoke. I don't smoke anymore. I was a big pothead for years. I'm from California.
You sure?
I promise you. I can promise
not gonna
you.
say nothing.
Yeah, I absolutely. Believe it or not, clean sober, right? A lot of people that I meet, it's like, yo, they gotta be fucked up to have a conversation like this or whatever. I just gotta be me, bro.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
enough. I got enough fuel in my tank that
Yeah.
I don't need weed. I don't need alcohol. I don't need nothing at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
But that's for a different story because the story that led to my sobriety, that's a different story. We could have a sit down for that. I promise you that.
All right, next episode.
Yeah, next episode, bro. So if I, like, for example, when I was selling weed products, I go to these free weed sessions, right? I print out my, my little, my cards or whatever, hand them out. Hey, look, man, I got this website, this and that, blah, blah. I noticed your booth. You got all these products, but you don't have the products that I have on my site. And one of the things, when you're starting out, when you're getting out there, you want to market yourself. You gotta bullshit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. One of my tactics was I used to say, hey man, I got these products on my website, but I don't see them at your booth, which is crazy because this is my #1 selling product.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm selling out of this every week, and I was hoping that I can get with you, and perhaps you could be my new vendor. But see, look, check it out. Here's my card. This is my website. This is the product I feel that you're failing in, but we can get together, blah, blah, so forth and so forth. Now, let's take that same formula, but let's do it with finance. Let's do it with money, because that's different, right? Because I'm not really selling you, I'm not selling you a physical product.
Yeah.
So what I would do for financial gain, cryptocurrency, investments, things like that, I would go to these free meetups about real estate, commercial real estate, housing real estate, how to buy, a 20-unit apartment complex by getting loans, by getting sponsors, by finding angel investors, so forth and blah, 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 blah. Those people are there because they want to make money, right? I'm not even there. I don't want to buy a fucking apartment complex. I'm not there to buy a house or anything. I'm not even there for real estate. But I know that the people that are there, they're there for investment. Those are people that are looking to make money out of capital that they potentially have.
And they probably have, yeah.
Potentially have. Hey man, start a conversation, this and that. Yeah, man, this was a cool meet. The guy was very informative. He did his little TED talk, blah, blah, blah. So what are you into? Are you looking to buy like an apartment complex or this and that? So you're an investor. Oh, but you're just starting out as an investor. That's why you come to these free, right? If it's free, you're gonna be the product. Okay, I'm gonna counter that because you ain't making me the product. I'm gonna take what's your product and I'm gonna create it as mine.
Business is cold. It's cold out there.
It's a cold game, baby. It is a cold game. So the dudes that are giving the TED talk, they're bringing people there. I'm using them.
They're gonna ban you now, man. They're gonna watch this video. They're gonna ban you.
They probably are. I got one specific company of mine that I used to do this all the time.
They're gonna have security escort you as soon as they see you.
They would see me. So I would go, I'm not going to say specific names or anything like that, but they would see me at their events in Napa Valley, California.
Yeah.
And that was another thing. You need to take note as to where these events are taking place.
Yeah.
I used to go to Napa Valley, California. Remember, I'm coming from the Oakland, Alameda area. Napa Valley is not like Oakland or Alameda or San Leandro or the area that I'm from, right?
Yeah.
It's, bro, wine country, there's money there, right? If you want to get wet, where are you going to stand? You're going to stand in the desert? You're going to go hop in the ocean.
Yeah.
So if I want to get in the way of money, I need to be in the way of where the money is flowing. If I go to Napa Valley, I know there's money there.
Yeah.
There's money. And that's how I would get my name out there. Hey, look, are you looking for advice? Are you looking for mentorship? Are you looking into getting into cryptocurrency? Are you looking how to get your foot in the door? Do you own any cryptocurrency? What is your thoughts on cryptocurrency? And they go down the rabbit hole. Oh, it's a Ponzi scheme, and my son talks about it all the time. He rants about it, and so forth and so forth. And I go and tell that guy, okay, well, what did the parents tell you back in the baby boomer years? You know what I'm saying? What did they say would be a fad? The hippie movement, marijuana and shit. I mean, look at marijuana now, right? I bet you the baby boomers that were during the hippie movement, right? They were being told by their elder generation.
I'm trying to get into that business right now in Bangkok. It's ridiculous.
It is.
I missed the wave in California. I seen dumbasses become millionaires. Dumbasses become millionaires, man. Like, how this motherfucker, seriously?
And
oh my gosh. And it's popping off here. So it's like,
bro,
this is the
2 Steps is a different cannabis club. I mean, it's everywhere, right? I mean, I think I find more cannabis than I do pad thai around here.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Man.
Yeah.
What the yeah, absolutely. And the craziest thing is for you to mention to want to get into like the cannabis industry, let's say anything that you can learn about business, right? You can pretty much
replicate,
right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a digital business, whether it's investment business, blah, 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 or a physical drop ship, a tangible item.
Yeah.
It's the same model.
Business is business.
Business is business.
Yes.
And when you want to get into business, where do you go? You hang around the business people.
Yes.
That's absolutely. I'm glad you asked that question because I feel like I felt like that was one of my strategic ways that really got me
Network
into
marketing events.
It's a network.
But instead of your own, you crash other people's.
Just crashing other people. They're doing the marketing and they're putting the crowd together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're putting together the crowds. I'm coming through with a whole separate agenda. And then the one that I used to go to in Napa Valley, the dude that used to the main dude that owned the company would rarely be there, right?
Yeah.
Like, if he showed up, it was a special event. You pay the $500 for the front row seats. All this dumb shit, man. Some fucking dude, man.
Yeah.
It's a multi-level marketing scheme. We all fucking know. Okay, blah blah blah.
I know you're not gonna tell us all your secret sauces. You told us one. You savagely crash networking marketing events, and you cross networking there. You get your clients, basically your customers.
Correct.
Are there any new strategies that you're planning on doing in the future to basically get more customers?
There are a few ideas I have in mind, but remember, I pride myself on being a very traditional masculine man, and marketing, right, is based on attention garnishing. How much attention can you garner? And in the generation we live in today is absolute buffoonery. I'm not gonna go there to the Chow Pryor River and dive into it with like my business on my back or anything like that. I think more so in a similar fashion, but a little bit more professional, similar door to door. But now that we're in Thailand, and now I have an international network of individuals that all come here, that all want to find out the same things. They all want to, they all want to create the same business model, and they're all expats from around the world, which is one of the main reasons why I came here. Will I keep the same formula as crashing these meetups? Yes, I will, but wait, to a degree. But for whoever's throwing it, I will garner and put them together and say, hey, look, man, I love what you're doing, dude. You were able to put together such a network of individuals on social media, and we're all sitting here together, and there's like 20 of us. That guy's from Japan, this guy's from Hong Kong, I'm from California. There's a connect here, connect there. Look, why don't we all get in group chat, and let's share resources. And whatever resources you have, you share with me. I can share the resources that I have with you because I might have somebody who's interested in what you're offering. You may have somebody that's interested in what I'm offering. So it's almost like a trade of exchange. That's one way I feel like
This is old school. This is guerrilla marketing.
it's just straight guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
guerrilla marketing.
It's you know, if I'm selling a specific product, right, or if you want to market yourself, and I thought about this the other day because I was telling my wife, I said, you know, Bangkok is home to some of the most busiest malls. You got mega malls. You got people everywhere.
Yeah.
A majority of people got eyes. They can see. Okay, well, how do I get seen without being heard, so to speak? Does that make sense? So, what if I just something as simple as I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna get a shirt printed up. We live in a world of QR codes. I'm gonna print out a QR code on a T-shirt, and I'm gonna say, "You found me. Scan this QR code. Where am I going next?" Even just a QR code with nothing said on it. Curiosity is the main attribute of individuals, of people in this world. They will seek into curiosity. They will feed into it because they are curious. You create curiosity, you have just found yourself a new customer. If I'm walking around Icon Siam, hundreds of thousands of people a day with a barcode, anything that I want to sell, it can be a mini crypto miner, right? I'm working with manufacturers right now to create my own little crypto miner for you to mine Bitcoin at the comfort of your office desk.
What is crypto mining?
So crypto mining is how Bitcoin is. It's not created, but that's how Bitcoin is found, right? Bitcoin is found through a series of mining, and mining is having to take a series of computers to solve intricate mathematical problems. Like we can go down a rabbit hole about this, but it's going to be insane. So basically, how a Bitcoin is found or discovered, and this is why they call Bitcoin digital gold, because just like gold, it has to be mined. The way that, think about it like this, when somebody's mining for gold, you have your shovels, you got your pans, you're out there, you're swinging the axe, you're doing all that shit. With Bitcoin in the digital world, the miner is your axe. The miner is your pan, right? And the energy that powers it is the human with the axe swinging it. So it's, to generalize it and to make it simple, it's a series of computers that solve intricate mathematical problems. And when it successfully solves that problem, a Bitcoin is added to the blockchain. Now we have a Bitcoin in circulation. And what I'm doing is...
It's created out of nowhere?
It's not created out of nowhere.
I thought there was already a set
There's
supply.
There's 21, you have 21, there's 21 million. And that's it. Once it's all mined and discovered, it's completely gone. I know, it's confusing. It's weird. And see, that's why when I target to the individuals that I want to target to, I try not to get them so forward. Like they will ask me their questions and I try to simplify it as much as possible because it's extremely difficult. Like even for me, like literally, I don't know how it's better to explain it other than it's just a computer solving a mathematical problem and now it's discovered a Bitcoin, right? Similar.
Maybe you should create a YouTube course series.
I've been told that. I've been told that. And it's a possibility. I mean, that would be great for using, like a funnel.
Yeah, exactly.
To lead you to whatever the hell I'm selling or whatever the hell it is I'm doing, And it's interesting, right? Because I get told that a lot. I should make a YouTube and do all these educational videos and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, because I genuinely, I do want to help people, right? Because people, if you see, and I want people to understand this, right? When you see the social media dudes with the cryptocurrency, and I want, like, if you follow me on social media, you'll see, like, I don't do all this extra shit, right? I'm not throwing the hundreds out the roof of the Lamborghini. I'm not in a hot tub with random broads from God knows where. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not throwing the parties. It's like...
I got neighbors. They got a pool over there. They didn't invite us to the party.
They got a pool? I see
The neighbors, yeah, one time. Because it's an Airbnb. They rent it all the time. It's 3 stories.
You rent Airbnbs. You could do that here? Or is that a hush type of thing?
People still do it, like on a hush thing.
Yeah.
They started cracking down on it. I think for the Airbnbs to be legit, obviously you need to register the license and everything, but it has to be approved by the condo itself, and it has to be a month long.
Okay, that's right.
Like a month long.
I did read something about that. Yeah, there were specific policies that you needed to abide by in order for you to continue to do so.
Like when I'm renting Airbnbs, like they tell me, the host, so everybody asks, just say
Go in and out.
you're visiting your relative, you're visiting, not Airbnb.
But here's and to even just say that, right? Think about that concept and that. Look how much this can go back to what the primary conversation, right? To bend the rules a little bit, right? And isn't that how a majority of people get ahead when it comes to finance? Unfortunately, but don't bend the rules on other people, right? Don't screw people over. But sometimes you have to bend the rules. You got to bend the rules to get ahead. I'm not even sure I know anybody who's followed the rules and the laws. That's,
Well, sometimes they say, you could ask me don't ask me how I made my first million, but everything after that,
everything after that.
we could talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but my first million, that's confidential.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but you definitely have to bend the rules sometimes, because, yeah, especially out here in Bangkok, I mean, bending the rules is the rules.
Fuck, tell me about it, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy,
All right, so we've extracted a lot. We've extracted your secret strategy, getting clients. We've extracted the discipline, the foundation, the core of everything to be successful that you've gained through your blue collar job. But now let's talk about the future, right? We've been talking about the past, the present, now the future. What do you plan on doing the next 5 years? What's your strategic plan? What does it look like?
I want to say absolutely within the next 5 years, you always want to level up. You always want to reach new heights in what it is that you're doing. And in order to reach those new heights, you need to evolve. Like things have to change. You need to do something different. You need to take bigger risks. You need to think outside the box. I think primarily for me, as of right now, I've solely for a majority of all my different business adventures, a lot of my crypto adventures, a lot of whatever it may be in life, I've always been like this lone wolf, so to speak. So almost like a lone gunman. But I know deep down inside, and just like any other business, for example, yourself, you're a business owner, you have to grab a network of individuals. You have to expand. You can't do everything on your own. So in the next 5 years, I'm looking forward to scaling. I'm looking forward to reaching out. I'm looking forward to hiring more for things that I would typically do myself, but have not so much cut corners on, but have done myself in order to save myself that few extra dollars. Because doing everything yourself is only going to keep you in a specific financial bubble. It's not until you start to spend that financial money within that bubble that bubble will begin to grow. Like it is going to grow. So absolutely expansion. Will I continue to invest in cryptocurrency and in the financial market, in the stock market? Absolutely. Do I want to learn more, do things that are more beneficial? To create something? Absolutely. Because what is investing? What is creating?
Create what? What are you trying to create?
I want to create something physical, something tangible, something that's more than just calculated gambling. So whether that be in the AI sphere, whether it be a marketing company,
You don't know yet.
product, it can go many of which ways. I have ideas.
Yes.
I have a few ideas. I do have ideas, obviously in the crypto space, but to be more than just an investor, or to be more than just somebody that owns a crypto wallet that's going to put US fiat into it and watch it grow and make it money and blah blah blah. I want to take the money that I've generated and expand it into something bigger. So what can I do with that? Perhaps a crypto project with real case utility, not any of this rug pull, no meme coin bullshit. And I'm talking on a global international scale. I see holes being here in Thailand that I see can be filled with general case utility, right? That I feel like there's things that are missing that places like this can benefit from. One of them that I could bring up, and I won't go into too much detail, like I said.
Yeah.
We could talk about, for example, when you come here to Thailand, you notice that Thailand is moving towards a more digital form of payment, right? For the locals, right? You need to have a Thai bank account.
A QR.
Corner. You need a QR code, right? Everything's here. That's why I mentioned the QR shirt earlier.
Yeah.
There's fucking QRs everywhere.
QR, yes.
Shit, man. I mean, Before you know it, it's like, you have a digital QR, like a girlfriend service when you scan the QR on your wall, and then the chick shows up to your door, and now you got a date for the night. Patent. Don't take it though. If you see that, bro, that was me. Anyways, but as a foreigner here, right? And we're foreigners. And, regardless, I think there's only so many certain visas or so many situations you could be in here in a foreign country that they'll allow you to have a bank account or to be involved with a financial institution. So, I mean, it's very difficult. Like, okay, how do we as foreigners, if we want, a lot of places too, if we want to scan to pay, which a lot of these places are scan to pay. Some places I can't even pay. They don't take bot anymore. They take physical cash. They want the digital. Okay, well, there's proprietary opportunity there, as to move from digital paper or from physical paper to something digital. But the problem is, like, what do foreigners use, right? And I don't want to say the specific company that's available now, or say, well, there's only one out here. And I'm not going to say who it is specifically, but I think their process and the way of doing things is just not in favor of anybody wanting to partake in it that's out of this country. And remember, this country has a good economy, regardless of what people know. This country has an amazing economy, and this country does not depend on foreign tourism to stimulate this economy. It doesn't. But a huge chunk of tourism plays a part. But if you're going to veer away from allowing tourists to have the same simple necessities, or how do you say, to be able to do something here as the locals do, I mean, you're going to push them away to countries that have that opportunity, right?
Yeah, it's more accessible.
So it's, so I have ideas of crypto projects that foreign tourists can use here, but is a country specific base. Meaning that it would act similar to like bot, but is a universal crypto that not only foreigners can use, but Thais can exchange their bot for in order to make a profit. But it's specific to this country, specific to Thailand. You know what I mean? Because people can say, okay, well, why can't they do that shit with Bitcoin? All right, well, go spend your Bitcoin at the liquor store then. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
The vendor has to be willing to take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So if you have a universal digital currency that's specific to Thailand, but it's accepting of foreigners in order for them to exchange their fiat from their respective country and to use it only here, you have more than just scan to pay. Now you're giving opportunity to the local Thai people to make investments off of their bot. You know what I'm saying? 1,000.
Oh, you mean like it'll be speculative as well?
Speculative? You mean like
it'll increase, decrease?
Increase over time? Correct. Yeah. Correct. The more that it's used, the more that it's invested into, the more money from the outside. This country is very good at
digital currency. Then
it would be a new digital currency, but it wouldn't be what you see. It wouldn't be like these meme coins and shit. Would it be similar to like a Bitcoin? Sure, I would say so. I know people don't know this, but for the longest time, like Japan was not accepting of Bitcoin.
Oh.
So what Japan went into is they created their own called, is a project called Jasmine, and Jasmine
was
supposed to be, Japan's Bitcoin.
Yes.
I mean, obviously nobody used it. It was backed by Sony executives. It had, I think in the future, it can, benefit. But I think if Thailand were to do something similar, if I could see myself in 5 years, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, fortunately enough, I've been able to make connections with individuals who are well known in the crypto space.
Oh.
And one of their founding cryptocurrencies are one of the top 10 in the crypto market.
Nice.
It's a very well-known name.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. If I say the name, everybody knows what it is. I don't want to speak on it. Don't want to say too much.
You should have been prepared, man. You should have asked for a little sponsorship fee so we could start saying names. You just gave me a business idea.
So,
plan out what we're gonna talk about. And get these sponsorships going.
And and the beauty about it is, okay, obviously I can't do that myself. I'm from the blue collar field.
Yeah.
But I've made the network of individuals that have the capabilities. Not only that, but have the experience doing it. So now that it's like, and remember what I referred back to before, to reach out, hire people, do business with people, expand myself in the next 5 years. Like, does it sound crazy? People will say it sounds crazy, but if you ask me.
Like, I have two things to add. So, to kind of like centralize everything that you said and then create like a pattern, right? So you were speaking about where you're going to be in 5 years, right? So people always wonder, where am I going to get these ideas from?
Correct.
Where do I start? Oh, this guy got lucky. He started PayPal or whatever. Like, I don't have the capital. I don't have the idea. I don't have the network, but it starts from ground zero. And this guy's entire career started from his blue collar job. And each year that he leveled up, it's a new skill set that he acquired
Correct.
in the process. So now that he's in the process of getting customers for mentoring purposes and into crypto himself, within that journey, he's garnering other ideas and opportunities that he could seize on and capitalize on. And he could just keep stacking his network, his skills, and everything that's going on. So for the viewers out there, success just doesn't happen overnight. Success is built on top of success and success and success with discipline and by keep going. As you mentioned, I asked him, where's he going in the next 5 years strategically? He only gave me maybe 5% of what he plans on doing. He's got other ideas he doesn't want to tell you because you might steal them. But you just gotta do the doing. And if that means getting a regular job, if that means going to trade school to increase your pay at that regular job, if that means always showing up on time and getting promoted for that regular job, that's how it starts. And it's like a snowball effect, and it just keeps going as long as you don't become a drug addict and fall off or something, right? But even then, you can always come back. You can always come back. But another thing that I wanted to add, he mentioned that he wanted to get things moving faster, right? So I'm in the same boat. So I have a bunch of employees, but from what I learned, so I have customer support agents, sales agents, I have content creators, content writers, I have people that do various things in my company. And but I have a lot of other things that also need to get done. And what I used to do is all this extra stuff, wayward stuff that the employee has never been trained in. Once I start giving them other duties outside of their primary role, they start fucking up on their primary role, right? And it's a big problem because then if they fuck up, then I have an angry customer, then I have a bad review, and then that bad review is costing me a lot of fucking money, and then it takes my time, then I have to solve the problem, get the review off if I can, and it's a big ordeal. So what I recently started doing is I hired a personal assistant,
Yeah.
and she just does whatever I tell her to do. Like, okay, this is what you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna do, and this is what you're gonna do. But by the same token, this person has to be intelligent enough where you tell them to do something and then they could figure out.
Correct.
So I'm in the same boat. Sometimes I find myself doing stuff that's just redundant. It's like, why am I fucking doing this? Why isn't somebody else doing this right now? But my problem is that when I had my employees do certain things, like I said, then they started messing up their core business, their core role, and I can't afford that because that's going to cost me even more money. So I recently just hired a personal assistant, and she does.
Right.
I have this idea. Go research. Find out if this is profitable. This is what you're gonna do. I'll sit on a Zoom call. I don't use Zoom, by the way, but I'll on a call and then explain to her, give her as much instructions as I can. But at the end of the day, it needs to be somebody intelligent enough to be able to figure it out on their own. And I think you're in that same position right now where you need to hire a personal assistant. I know,
It's getting to that point. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because at first it's like you're burning money, right? Like, well, it's gonna cost me money because it costs me money, but you make it back because you're able to focus, you're able to move so much faster, right? So at my point in business, it's like I know what I need to do to achieve my goals and become even more successful, right? The problem is getting there fast. So the faster you could get there without losing quality, I should have been more successful 2 years ago. The problem is not that I don't know what to do and what to execute. The problem is speed. So in this era, I'm really focused on speed. And, you know, the reason I'm saying this is because that's what you're speaking about, getting a personal assistant to get, you know, start making things move faster.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you have like so many ideas. Okay, you want to research an idea, it's gonna take all fucking day. You want to see about this. You want to find out the best software for this. Okay, this is gonna take fucking all fucking day. It's like, why am I even doing this? Somebody else with some level of intelligence that
Right.
you know you
Right.
want to screen for should be doing this for me and sending me reports. And really, the only thing that you or I should be doing is like the things that we can only do,
Correct.
or at the moment where if we would pay somebody else, it just would be too expensive to do, right?
Right. Correct.
And then that's where we have to level up our knowledges as well, our skills and everything, just like you're doing. And you showed us you've done that throughout your career, and it's extraordinary that you're here now, living with us in Bangkok, left everything. You know, you got your balls dropped. You said, fuck it, I gotta get the fuck out of this shithole in California. You flipped off Gavin Newsom, fucked up the
Man,
state.
fuck that guy.
And now we're here trying to make a better life. But yeah, that's exactly what you need, man. So another reason I'm saying it is that I'm giving you game. Get a personal assistant.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and I can tell you where, how, and how to screen them, because it'll make you become successful faster.
Right,
Right.
it's
Not that
feedback.
you're not gonna become successful. It's just you're gonna make it faster.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, speed.
Time is the most important investment you're gonna make in this lifetime, right? Because it's the one investment that's so scarce. We have no idea when it's gonna run out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing that I want to touch base on is that, you know, a lot of people were like, you know, sitting here telling me, right? They're like, okay, if you're making so much money, Cal, you're making so much money on cryptocurrency, like, why do you want to aim towards helping others, getting their foot in the door? What are you trying to do? You want to try to help them with digital products. You know, you're making these crypto miners or whatever. Blah, blah,
Answer
blah.
that question, because that's probably on everybody's mind.
Because everybody wants, right, perfect. So here, let's start from square one, right?
Okay.
You see a lot of these people on social media, Instagram, TikTok. You see the guys that are making a gajillion fucking dollars every 2 minutes. You know, the dude just threw his Lambo in the leg because he said, I don't like the color.
I'm so jealous.
You see these ridiculous fucking, you know, just influencers, right? Influencers, right? Okay, if you're making so much fucking money trading in crypto, it's like, well, why do you have a course? Why do you have a digital product? Why are you trying to sell me something, right? And the truth of the matter is, if people don't know this by now, it's because chances are, yeah, you are probably making money off what you're doing and what you're trying to teach, but you're not making it to the degree that you're portraying. And see, the difference about me is I portray what I'm making as I'm going along, right? So if people say, oh, Cal, if you made enough money off your cryptocurrency to be able to quit a 20-year career, right? And I was making good money. I was making $185,000 a year in California as a water conservation engineer.
Oh, wow,
Very
that's a
respectable
lot.
career. Very respectable. And I was making enough on cryptocurrency that I was able to quit my job and to live freely as I please. So people say, okay, well, then why are you trying to sell a product? Why did you come to Thailand? What's the deal? Why are you trying to teach crypto? Whatever. First and foremost, I've been into cryptocurrency, right? I've been into it since 2017. Only until now, until 4 months ago, that I said, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna put together packages that people keep asking me for. The amount of demand that I've garnered over the years.
So people are asking.
People
for
are
it.
asking me. So, and I told people, you could ask my wife. I told her, I said, I just want to come out here. I just want to chill. I just want to focus on other business ventures. I just want to do whatever else. But it's like the amount of people that are the demand, like it's there. So I said, okay, cool. But I'm not going to give it to you for free. I'm not going to give you what I sacrificed, what I learned in 7 years. I'm not going to hand it to you so you can wreck yourself and say, oh, well, you know, Cal said if I put money into this poo-poo coin, I should be a gajillionaire by tomorrow. And then your shit gets liquidated, and now you're selling cup of noodles on the side of the road to try to feed your daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going down that route. I start ranting and shit. But number one, I've been doing it for so long. and I've helped plenty of individuals along the way. And I have my biggest thing is the proof that I have, right? I had old coworkers, and that's another thing too, right? I've been on the private jets. I've traveled the world. I've, fairly traveled. I've had the nice cars. I have the properties. I have other assets that we won't speak on. I got the nice watches. I got the diamond watch. All this bullshit, right? Because I've had a 9 to 5 the whole time I was doing it. What the hell, man? It's so. First of all, it's not impossible. Number two, I keep it real with you. I show you how I do it, how I did it, and it got to the point where, okay, why do I want to sell something? Well, why not? I've been in the business of making money since I was fucking 17 years old. Am I gonna stop now? That's number one. Number two, information is not free. Like every lesson that I learned along the way, not only didn't cost me money, but it cost me my time. It cost me my energy. It cost me my discipline, right? When I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning, working my ass off, being at the gym by 5 a.m. for 2 hours and then go work for another 14.
I couldn't do
You know what I'm saying?
as
And it's like, and you want me to give you that for free?
Yeah.
Like everything that I had put my blood, sweat, and tears to. And it's like, I'm not asking for much. And here's one of the greatest catches too, right? One of my better points to prove to people is that when I do start to sell whatever digital product I decide to come out with, and that's the thing, I've made a couple of ebooks that explains my story, basically everything I'm talking about here today, but I include the resources necessary in order for you to get to the point that I got to. Meaning that if you don't know how to sign up for a crypto account, I have it in the PDF. All you got to do is click on it, takes you right to it. You use my referral link, you get free cryptocurrency, you get free stocks with my referral links to start your investment journey for free. Okay, for free. All it costs, like on the end of when you okay, is it free crypto, free stocks? But you buy a PDF, what, 17, 20 fucking dollars, right?
Yeah.
And I can teach you, and I give you the capital. You pay for the information, and I give you the capital for free.
Wow.
And you follow the steps that I took, and whatever income that I make, right? Like I don't need $17, $20 ebooks, but I don't want to like shit on people either, because whatever you invest into me, I solely 100% appreciate. I don't want to say like I don't need your help or anything like that, but I appreciate everything. So what my thing is, whatever money I can generate digitally from clientele, it's not going to go towards paying my mortgage or anything. The majority of the things that I own is all paid off. Like it's there, you know what I'm saying? I can sit on my ass the rest of my life. But what I want to do live and what separates me from others is the money that I can make from buying my products. I will invest it live, and you will follow every step of the way. So if I sell an ebook for $20, and whatever platform I sell it on, whether it's my website or whatever other platform that'll sell a digital product, takes their fees. Let's say I get $15 in the end. I will go live and take that $15 and I will put it into the same cryptocurrency I'm telling you to put it in, and together we will watch it rise. And I will prove to you that investment, that little money that I made, how much it'll grow over the time. By the time you're done reading these resources I give you, that $15 is going to become $20, $25, $30. You're going to see it rise live. And you're not going to see me spend it on a new watch and none of that shit. So I'm going to take the journey with you.
How do they, is it a flat fee or they a percentage of the profits? How does it work?
The percentage of the profits from, like, if I sell the product?
No, the trading for the mentorship.
So 100% of the products or 100% of the profit. Because I don't need, like, yeah, of course everybody needs money. Money's nice.
No,
right?
the person gets.
Oh, correct. Okay, so
How do you make money from mentoring?
I put it into the investment. You watch the investment grow. And that's how I invest it, and I show you what I'm doing. So it's like, yeah.
So you charge a fee.
I'm charging a fee, and then you're gonna get in exchange crypto and stocks. You're gonna get a form of crypto and stocks. So what you're doing is you're giving me fiat. I'm giving you the digital assets. I'm going to invest your fiat into the same digital assets I just gave you. We're gonna watch it grow together.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna see that it's what I'm showing you. I'm doing it with you.
You know what? You just changed my frame of thought, right? Because that's always been a question of myself, right? Like, well, if you're doing it and you're making money, why are you selling a course, right? But when you said, because the demand is there, people keep asking, teach me, right?
Right.
So you're like, fuck it. I'm going to mentor. I'm going to make money, side money. I mean, the opportunity is already there. It's like basically people are already trying to give you the money.
Correct. Absolutely.
So that's exactly what you're doing. So you just create it. So you're just creating the pathway, the mentorship course, or whatever, however you do it.
Visual products, ebooks. I mean, I've even like an actual course, right? Or even like Zoom calls. Like I didn't even want to do that because I feel like it takes up too much of my time. I could make more money doing other shit.
Yeah.
I will offer it, absolutely, but it's not going to be something where it's like, okay, you buy this course and I will be here for you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
If you request it, by all means,
Yeah.
I will make time for you,
Yeah.
and I will explain to you. And I want you to be comfortable with getting your foot in the door. And here's the thing too, with where I'm at throughout my journey, I have people with large capital that have come to me and said, "Hey, look, everybody wants the fast way out. So everybody wants to say like, Cal, I'm gonna give you my money and I want you to invest it for me. And then we're gonna fucking blow it up and then I'll give you half of it and this and that." It's ridiculous, the amount of people. I can't even express to you. I could have gone down that option. I could have gone down the road of just fucking screwing people with large amounts of capital. I could.
Well, that's what a lot of people do.
That's what people do. That's why it blows my mind.
That's why nobody trusts coaches anymore.
And the thing is, it's hard, right? Because the people at home that know me personally know that it's like, even my social media was never geared towards trying to sell you something. Like, I was like, I was taking private planes in like 2017, but I wasn't trying to sell you a course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just there for the flex. But I mean, I had to go from one part of California to another part of California. From that part of California, I have to go to Nevada. And from Nevada, I got to go back to California. And it was just easier to take a private plane. And the crazy thing about that is all this flexing and shit, right? If you know the right people, I was paying a cheaper fee on a private plane than I was on Southwest. And that's the only reason why I took a private plane.
Because you knew somebody.
Because I knew somebody. I mean, besides knowing the pilots,
Yeah.
but I knew the young lady that would arrange everything.
Oh.
So, and it was just easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I had to do the boarding process and all this shit. I mean, I was taking private planes. I mean, I took it a couple times before I figured, I was like, this might look cool on Instagram.
Yeah.
And plus, at the time, I was like bald and shit, right? I mean, I can grow hair. I've always just chose to be bald. So even I was like, at the time, I just grew a fresh comb over, bro.
You sure you didn't? You got hair transplant about to Turkey?
Yeah, transplanted turkey, new teeth in Thailand.
You haven't gone Turkey?
No, this is all natural, baby. This is all fresh. This is all me right here. It's like, so that was strategic too. A lot of things I do in life are strategic. But anyways, like I had just grown a fresh ass comb over, and I said, you know what? I'm taking a private plane. I got a new comb over. This might like cool on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I looked that picture up. It's on Instagram. It's not like I went viral or anything.
Okay.
It just looks cool.
I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah, go find it and go check it out.
To put everything that you said like right now in like a metaphor or analogy, because going back to the question, well, if you're so successful, why are you making a course, right? So you already said because there's demand. So you're meeting a demand, right? So I mean that's perfectly safe. It's not anything illicit going on there. He's got demand for it, so he's creating he's meeting the demand basically, and that's why he's doing it. So it's not fraud, it's not a scam. There is demand because people want to learn his knowledge and what he's doing, so he's just meeting that demand. But to put it into a different perspective, right? There's billionaires and millionaire business owners, CEOs and that do coaching themselves, private calls. Some of them even have courses that you could take from them. So are they trying to, scam you? No, they're just sharing their knowledge. It could be for various reasons. It could be because they want to give back to the younger generation. So they made a course to help out the younger generation, right? It could be because there's a demand. So they just wanted to do it to meet that demand, and maybe they do charge a lot. A lot of them, you could, if you're able to contact them, you could get on one-on-one calls with them. I mean, it might cost you $1,000 an hour, $2,000 an hour. Who knows what they're charging, because their time is valuable. But by that same token, it's what he's doing. So I wouldn't think of it as a scam. It's just he's meeting a demand And that's basically it in the simplest term. Did I get it right?
Correct. I would absolutely say so. Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
This is for all the skeptics out there.
All the, and I want to touch base on that. One thing that I do want to mention is that, when I wanted to become an automotive technician, mechanic, when I very first started my entire career and everything,
Yeah.
one of the primary reasons why I wanted to become a mechanic is because the automotive industry, or even the repair industry in general, is always known for screwing people over because people don't know. You don't know.
Screwing women over.
Screwing women, yeah. And the funny thing is, the person that got screwed over, why I took it so offensive, she was my auntie.
Woman,
It was a woman. She got screwed over, right? They told her she needs a new air filter, and this was in Oakland back in the 80s. Oh, you need a new air filter. Oh, your oil is filthy, dude. Just a crazy upsell on a bunch of shit she didn't need.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't come from a rich family,
Yeah.
so. It was her, and not only that, but they were talking $300. We're talking in the 80s, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
$300, damn near got you the whole 240SX. A fucking Nissan, bro. So, I mean, I remember my auntie coming home and just seeing how heartbroken and how shitty she felt.
Yeah.
So I said, when I become an automotive technician, and especially around my age group, nobody's gonna know automotive mechanics personally. So when I'm 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, we all start getting our driver's licenses. We all start getting cars. At 19 years old, who knows a professional mechanic in the shop? Nobody.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're gonna get screwed or not. So
Yeah.
even at that age, and that leaked over into my adulthood. And that's why I say in the beginning of this interview, above all professions, I'm a professional human being.
Okay.
I'm somebody who has extreme compassion. I'm somebody who has been through a lot. But I don't hold it against myself, right? I can sit here and complain and moan and say, man, I come from a shitty environment. I'm the product of my environment. But, that's bullshit, in my opinion. Okay, you're a product of your decisions. Okay, I know plenty of people from really bad neighborhoods. Obviously, I come from a nice middle-class beach town, right? It's a city called Alameda. But we're surrounded by Oakland. Obviously, the crime leaks in our city. We're surrounded by San Francisco, Richmond, California, Vallejo, California, some of the most notorious cities in California. So no matter where you go in the Bay Area, you have to navigate through tough shit. You know what I'm saying? But instead of complaining, especially people I know from harder neighborhoods, they don't complain about it, right? So you need to be somebody in this world, primarily. The money is great, but who you are as an individual and the role that you play and your contributions to this universe is always going to be worth more than any financial value that you can acquire.
I need that advice. I'm selfish.
I'll tell you, it's not about the cars. It's not about the money. It's not about none of that, man. It's about finding your purpose in this life and how you treat others. Everybody here is the creation of whatever higher belief you believe in. And we've all been put here for a purpose, right?
Yeah.
Find that purpose. You find that purpose and you will find the money. Because the craziest thing is I didn't even focus on the money when I started my career. I focused on the genuine need and want to help people in a genuine manner. And now that I'm doing this, I want people to know that it's out of the genuine, you can tell me, it sounds like bullshit. Okay, great. Don't buy what I'm trying to sell you. Whatever, dude. Just going on Instagram, pass through my page. Bro, I'm not begging you to stay. You know what I'm saying? So
no, but we've nailed it. Very, very simple. Why do you have this course if you're already successful? Because there's a demand for it. People keep asking me for it, so I created it. Simple as that.
It's just simple. Very simple.
Yeah.
Either you help the guy below you or you fucking run with the dudes that are fucking everybody else, And it's like, I'm not that person.
That's why a lot of people are skeptical, because there's a lot of those people that you mentioned. They'll rent the Lambos, they'll act all extravagant.
Thank you, man.
And then they try to get into the scams.
Crazy
and then
shit.
you hear it all the time. People got scammed in Bitcoin, lost their life savings, just wrecked them, right? 30K gone, blah, blah. Guy, I just seen a pretty creative scam the other day. This guy organized a whole marathon, collected fucking there's different tiers, 500 baht, 1500 baht from everybody, right? And it was a huge marathon. And then everybody showed up, and then where's the marathon?
Where's the marathon?
And the dude's gone,
Dude
rich
bounced,
as fuck.
Yeah, he bounced. He got the hell out of here.
He sponsors too, It's crazy world out there.
know-
So a lot of people are skeptical because of all the scams. And, you know, you mentioned in the beginning, you met all these corrupt politicians and everything, how money works. It's a nasty world.
It's a
In
nasty
business,
world.
it's a nasty world. When money's involved, it's, you know, it's like the African kingdom out there. Eat or get eaten.
No,
Yeah,
seriously.
but it doesn't have to be that way. And you're showing that.
It doesn't have to be, and I don't give a shit if it takes me, you know, if it takes me a little bit longer to where I really want to get in life in
Yeah.
order to live the best possible life experience. I'm gonna take that route if it means me being a better person. I'm an absolute believer in karma.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, she
100%.
Buddhist right here. Karma, everything that happens to me, karma.
I tell you.
Karma. I accidentally hit a bike peg the other day. Karma. I'm like, seriously.
It's like, you know, it's real, man. The universe is real. What you put out is what you get. And I mean, that's how it is with almost anything in life. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go out there and treat people like shit and think you're going to get away with it, you're not going to get away.
Yeah.
Like it's going to come crashing down to you one way or another. So, you know, I mean, if you ask me, I think whatever positivity, what energy I could put out there into the universe is more it's more beneficial to me than screwing you over for a couple of bucks for temporary gratification.
Yes, yes. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that.
There are,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So just be careful. You gotta watch them. You gotta have game. You gotta be soaked up. You gotta be marinated. You gotta know what you're looking out for. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see what I'm saying, like Beethoven. You know what I mean? You gotta get smooth
Feel
with
it
it.
too. It's like your body, it tells you subtle signals. Something doesn't feel right. It doesn't
smart.
feel right.
smart.
We do have that sixth sense that we learn, and sometimes we're born with, you know, and some people just don't have it and get screwed over.
I mean, if you don't have it, man, just take the safe route, please.
Yes, yes. To tune out of here, one more question. So, what would you tell your younger self if you only had one thing? You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be like one thing. It could be like a paragraph. But what would you tell your younger self that he's looking at you right now?
There is nobody here that is going to save you. That's it. You're a man. There's nobody here that is going to save you. It's either you sink or you swim.
Damn.
Period. Especially for other men out there. No matter what age you're at, I guarantee there's other men that's gonna watch this that's my age. Everybody knows that. If you don't realize it by now, and if you didn't realize it then, there is nobody that is here to save you.
I got goosebumps here. Yes. Well, that's it, man. Pleasure having you.
Absolute pleasure.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for having me.
Anything you want to, socials you want to say to follow, anything?
You can follow me primarily. I'm on Instagram, Instagram/@digitalcal.pov. And if you want to find me, that's where you can find me. Any other socials or anything else that I have doing, any updates that you want to keep up with, here with my life in Thailand, here in cryptocurrency, here in investing, that's where you're going to find me. www.instagram.com/@digitalcal.pov.
What about for your course or mentorship program?
You know what's crazy about that? I haven't even dropped it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, babe. It's in the works. It's in the works.
You know, here's the crazy thing, and I know we're running out of time or whatever, but just real quick. So, and the reason why I have like products readily available, right? And people keep asking me, right? So I've already gathered my email list and shit.
Yeah.
And people keep asking me, but see, I played strategic. People were asking me when crypto was up, right? People kept asking me when crypto was down. You know, crypto's down, okay, what should we do? What should we do? I know that in the crypto market, there's more eyes when it's up. When there's more eyes when the crypto market is up, that's when I'll release because that's when people are watching.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my best point of release.
So what month, what year should we be expecting that?
December.
December?
Before December.
Yeah.
Before
But
December.
at least by December.
Right, sometime around November.
All right, that's his Christmas gift to you guys.